Yay. You already know what it is, man. Delete That podcast in the building. Me and your boy, dude. We finna bring it to you live, man. We finna talk about a lot of what's going on as we should. You know what I mean? Dude, what up, baby?
What up with it, P, baby?
You
You
know,
know,
we in the building, man. Ready to get it in too, man.
you know, talk that shit. You understand me? You understand? We gonna do it real fashionably fast. You understand, boy? But we got still here, man. We outside tonight, and we got some shit to talk about. Hot out there. Y'all better get ready. We gonna talk about Diddy.
Let's jump on into it there, man.
Let's get to it. Let's get to it. Let's get to it. Let's
How you
get.
doing, man? You doing all right?
Oh yeah, man. I can't call it. You understand me? They say if I call it, a fat man gonna jump up and a little midget gonna run out the way. So I'm gonna just stay quiet. You understand me? And just watch how this thing go.
That's sensational. You feel me?
You, know, you understand me? One of the best at it. You talk that shit, we gonna talk it back.
We gonna talk it back, baby.
It's crazy out here right now, though, P. You know what I mean? There have been some news that has been released, man, about P. Diddy, man. And you know, a lot of times when his name mentioned on the show, I always, yeah, let's just wait. That's a lot going on with that, you know what I mean? You know, but I just heard some news, man, earlier, man, and it was talking about the video that was actually released of the sex acts. And upon further review of these sex acts, that they're saying that Cassie is in these videos, but at the same time, they're saying she's more willing and more dominant in the video, like she got total control. And there's no one being forced in the videos. It's like everyone's willing participant. So, you know, man, it's a lot with this case, man, I think, and it's a lot that's gonna go on that in the end, what you see is what you see. Now, what people are saying, if their video footage to show otherwise that you're not being forced, but yet then you're saying you are, you've been drugged, and you know what I mean. And these things is, I don't know, P. It's one of the ones, man, that gonna go the distance. It's gonna go the distance.
I'm gonna say this, bro. Um, in any type of sexual act, especially with adults, most of them are gonna be consensual. I don't see if he don't have you handcuffed, bound up to a chair, handcuffs, black snake moaned, any type of thing like that, man. You like you not held against your will. Um, I think it's gonna be, pretty much consensual. You know what I'm saying? And for the simple fact, when you have drugs involved, man, and you in the nation of Islam, or you popping X pills, what's them other things they call Percocets, whatever make you feel in the mood, sugar boogers, sugar candy, or whatever it is, nose candy. In that moment, you gonna be a participant. You know what I'm saying? And I just don't, I can't see that he was the only person just feeling that type of way. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And to be honest, man, it's like if you are in multiple videos on multiple and separate occasions, why did you continue to go back if you knew what happened the first time? So that's another question, right? Like, it's no, I mean, back in the days, I think it was because it was less sophisticated, it wasn't that much science, technology. People could get away with certain things and put fear in you to not, not go there, go tell. But in this situation, the video and her running out the room and you know what I mean, this and that and all this stuff that yeah, those was different occasions and that wasn't at the party. Now if you saying, oh, it was at the party, like it was at the house or it was at the hotel. right? So
Mm.
it so much that goes here and goes there. I mean, could you be could a person become upset because you're no longer wanted, or could a person become upset because you then did them something wrong and treated the female bad? Could that been the case, vice versa? I don't know, man. But both ways has to be looked at. Like, what's really going on in this matter for a video to surface that they view, and you being dominant in the video? I'm confused.
Oh, this the thing, man. Before you was in your situation with your marriage and stuff like that, have you ever had a female at one point she was doing everything that you wanted, everything under the sun, y'all going back and fifth, back and forth, doing whatever y'all was doing. And then the moment y'all broke up, all of a sudden she got all these bad things to say about you. I done heard a lot of females do that to dudes, you know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, he too, you know what I'm saying? Or this and that. And I asked a female not too long ago, somebody I know, and I was like, so if you was with this dude for this amount of time, why is it that you want to speak upon his activities, bedroom activities after the fact? You stayed with him a year, 2 years. It's crazy that you want to say, oh, he wasn't this and he wasn't that. You know what I mean? In some way you was tied in. And in the situation with Cassie, you know what I mean, if she was a victim of abuse, I don't condone what I saw in the video. You know what I mean? But allegedly, she was getting away with that bag was full of money, is what I heard. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And he was trying to get that bread back. You know what I mean? He was in the towel. Yeah, the way he went about getting it back, he might not have to smash on her and things like that. But I'm gonna say this, man, for the most part, when you doing whatever you're doing or however it may be going, everybody is willing participants. And if she's leading the charge doing it, I mean, what can you say, man? It's kind of crazy because at that moment, it's like years and years and years. She was with Diddy for a long time. You know what I'm saying? So how can you sit here and say what was good and what wasn't good? And I don't even do you know the reason that they initially broke up in the first place?
Hey, man. A little bit of this and a whole lot of that. But apparently, you stood a while, man. And was it the fame that kept you guys together? Was it the free? I don't, I don't know, man. I mean, it's hard to speak in that situation. But all I can say is, man, to each his own. I know that, like, with the question you asked, you know, prior to being married or whatever, it's yeah, it's different. But at the same time, it's like, P, man, listen, it's some stuff that we gonna agree to, and there's some stuff we ain't gonna agree to, man. And again, you had money, you could have left. You had friends, family. You could have did what you ultimately done,
Mhm.
left, right? And something kept you there, love, and then I guess a period of time, love faded, and
Or a record deal.
oh well, promise of that, yeah, that could, that who knows what drives a individual, vice versa. Now, say she absolutely right, and everything she said is true. Now, what would make you do something like that? Did it? You know what I mean? Like, I mean, it go both ways. I mean, but if a video showing you cutting up, I don't know. You can't like it once and don't like it twice. Damn, my
That's
opinion.
something strange for some change. You feel me? So they
Yep.
said the prosecution, like his lawyer, was forced to watch the video. So he was forced to watch a couple of the free calls. It was allegedly what I was reading online. It was like some of them was the ones that she submitted, and it was either 6 to 9 tapes.
Was they sword fighting in the video?
Delete that. I don't know.
Hey, but it says mom did it. Mom accused of hosting a couple of freak off parties herself, though. It said, when he was young coming up, that was normal.
I heard that she's getting questioned for some of that stuff right now too, man. Like recently, some of her parties is popping up. They say allegedly that's not even his mama, that's his auntie. I don't know. You
Oh,
gotta go.
man,
I
I
one of them moments. You feel me? I don't know, man. At this point, so much has flooded the internet. I don't know what's true and what's not true. I'm gonna be honest with you. I mean, until the trial come out and the evidence come out,
right,
I really don't know what's true. His lawyers were supposed to have watched these videos in front of police.
right,
So, you have multiple eyes seeing this. So if it's showing that she was in on the video and they said that he was just sit back watching and, handling himself, his own little private situation and watching and filming. So he might be the person that's just, you know, making his own, he producing the show. I don't know, you know what I'm saying? But
amen. All we could say is, shout out to that situation, man, Diddy. You know what I mean? If you was good, my guy, and you're not guilty of nothing but party, then you know what I mean, salute to you in this struggle. But however, if you are, brother, I mean, ah, delete that, take that, take that, take that.
Nigga, that was crazy. That takes that. That's crazy. Nah, man, but um, it's pretty wild because this is similar to the R. Kelly case. You know, these
Right,
women were going out shopping. It wasn't held at his house like they said he had sex slaves.
right,
Um,
right.
I mean, all these different things. If you're held against your will, like I said, black snake moan tied to the porch, and you can only go a certain amount of space away from the house. Then I don't even know what you call it anymore, man. But I know if you take out the money, you take out the celebrity. You know what I'm saying? Things change. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna say this. Um, from looking from the outside in, it's kind of like hard to judge what's really being put out there. The information is put out there, which you can believe. But I'm gonna make a confession. Make a confession right now. I watched. I think it was New Year's. The New Year's Eve. I watched R. Kelly um concert. He had like a couple of years ago. It's like a 2-hour concert.
Yeah.
It was a lot of willing participants, man. You know what I mean? And it's kind of hard to say what they're really accused of and what it's not. You know what I mean? I still didn't even tap into the R. Kelly trial, but I know this Diddy trial is about to be a long trial. I think it starts off in May, right?
And you know it.
It's gonna start off in May. It's gonna be on the TV like crazy for days and days and days,
Yeah,
maybe a couple of years, months and months. Just get ready for it. I mean, that's all I can say.
yeah,
And,
man. Like I said, man, hey, keep your head up. Did it, man. It's a fight, man. You know what I mean? I don't know who right or who wrong. All I can say is put your boxing gloves on, man. Time to go from the shoulders, But with that being said, man, you know what I mean? Shout out to y'all, man, with that there, man. And Cassie, I don't know what you was doing, but what I hear, you've been participating. Uh-oh.
you stupid. Hey man, so with that being said, homie, we're gonna move on to this next topic, man. And this is about to cause an uproar in the United States. It's about to be lot of depressed little kids running around here. It's about to be a lot of unemployed influencers, um, and so on and so on, man. You ain't gonna be able to shop no more. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna talk about the possible TikTok ban. You know what I'm saying? That's just days away, maybe 24 hours away, maybe a week away. We don't know. But the United States is trying to ban a popular app that these people have been making money off of it. The kids been having fun. There's a lot of people out there doing dances and you know what I'm saying, for like I guess a minute or whatever for the longest. I have had my daughter over here, I have family over here during the holidays, homie, and they really getting it in as far as really following this type of thing, man, and it's gonna throw off a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? I heard they have the TikTok store where you can go in there shopping, getting a lot of your stuff. A lot of people get their news now off of social media. It's not on your it's not even on your news channels no more. You know what I mean? Your news channels are giving you basic information. So this TikTok ban is going to cause a lot of different problems. So apparently the United States is trying to take the app from the guy that made it overseas. You know what I mean? I guess it's a Chinese company that made it, and they're really trying to say that they're using it to spy in households or spy. I don't know how you get that type of information. So y'all willing to take a TikTok app, but y'all not even tripping about the drones and the submarines and all this other kind of crazy stuff that's flying around and weather balloons and all that. But y'all want to take a app from these kids and then shut it off. So um, it didn't hit the Supreme Court, and this is the crazy thing about it. They want to just take it and let it become theirs, man. So I don't know if this is one of them things to where they just like, let me get that money, or if it's really spying on households, man. What do you think about that, bro?
Hey man, check this out, P. Right now, what's out there, man, is that the Supreme Court signaling they're gonna uphold the ban on it, man. So, and that's gonna affect a lot of the new creators that don't have other avenues to push from, have to establish themselves on other platforms. I mean, but there's some pros and some cons. I mean, you know how that go, man. Like my way or the highway, so to say. So, uh, with TikTok, man, it's one of them things, man. That like you saw Facebook, they boxed and went through it. You see how Twitter went to X. I mean, they boxed and went through it. What was going to be promoted on their site. So, and then in the end, big bank take little bank. You know what I'm saying? So, uh, it's one of them things, man. You're in the boxing ring again. It's no different than our last segment conversation. You're in the boxing ring right now, and they fighting to keep their little brand alive, to keep TikTok alive because it had grew fast to be one of the big boys up there with a Instagram, with a Facebook, with a what I mean, WhatsApp. So you're up there. So you're here, and now that you have made your mark, and the viewing of it is more because of the constant content that's sent to it. It's just like our content. It'll go to it. So I mean, but we are in a different situation than some. But I think that seeing it firsthand, like, hey man, this what it was. When Apple was created, what you had, Bill Gates. You know what I mean? When they come out of it, it was hitting. They come out of the garage with a hit. Say it's off to millions, billions. So, you know what I mean? It's what it is right there, Pete. Big bank take little bank.
I think they robbing the people, man. And I'm gonna say this, man. The United States is known for taking stuff.
Oh,
Taking property, jacking people. We're just gonna keep it real across the board, homie. How you think half of us got here if we wasn't already here already? You know what I'm saying? So, um, it's kind of crazy that and I think Biden had wrote it into law or legislation January 19th, probably right. And it's about to be a lot of depressed little bambinos running around this joint, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. Because I know my daughter uses it, you know what I mean? And I've never really tapped into it until we started to delete that podcast. So I was just telling my homeboy today, it's like, man, I barely know how to use that joint. So
well, let
um
me ask this. If you think that some there gonna be kids that can't take it, then is it really good for them if they take that reaction?
well, I'm gonna tell you this, man. I know some adults that'll be a little crack fiendish if it's gone too. Don't get me twisted. Don't get it twisted, man. There's some adults
But
that be on TikTok all day long. That's all they know. So, the kids might have a certain reaction, but it's gonna be some parents need rehab too. I promise you. There's gonna be a lot of people affected by this, man. And we gotta ask, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's the real reason behind
You know what they got now? You
what?
can control how long you watch social media for. And guess what? You can put it on a timer. Say after an hour, and that's an hour during the duration of the day. Once it get to you 10 minutes here, 5 here, okay, it's an hour. Boop, that message start popping up on you. You had an hour a day already. So there's methods that start to be put in place to limit the amount of time spent on social media, right?
Mhm.
Because there are kids that willing to watch their phone rather than watch a show on TV.
That's
So
true.
that becomes a mind overpowering thing that it has taken you away from sociality. Like you ain't socializing no more. You become inside of a box, and then when it's taken from you, it's now they got lawsuits for kids that had anger
All
issues
that.
active for Roblox and all this here Roblox and all these different games, man, allegedly. So I mean, it's crazy, man. I mean, when you look at it, full face, you know. But
All right. Look. So social media has come around and it's taken over, right? What about video games? That was the first one. People was hooked on video games. Remember we spent hours playing Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis, and all that stuff. Had to ban the blood that was on it, you know what I mean, and the different violence that was coming out of it. So it's not just social media. I think we are just addicted to certain things that are new to us. You know what I mean? And at what point, like you said, you have a system set in place for phones to monitor a lot of the different things that might take place on the internet or on this device. You know what I'm saying? This device right here is definitely, like you said, I think it's this is the Illuminati. I ain't gonna lie to you
ooh,
because it's deep, bro. Because look, just imagine how. Okay, so my granddaughter just came out here from California. She spent the weekend.
right.
I promise you, bro, she is a year old. Handed her a cell phone. Don't you know she took the phone, laid back, and started scrolling like this, taking her finger, and she knew how to swipe the phone, hit the app button at a year old. She's she going at it. I'm like, dang, I'm just to even know it. You know what I mean? Like this motion right here. And
Right.
if you think about it, like it has came along so far to where if I was to ask you right now, how would you use a phone? What's the first thing you're gonna do? If I say, "Do make a phone call to me," how would you hold the phone?
Looking at it, looking.
No, but I'm saying if you was to place a phone call to me right now, how would you place that phone call? How would you hold the phone to your ear?
Oh, well, I would hold it like this if I was putting it to my ear
Well, traditionally we like this, right?
on, the earpiece now. So, what I mean, that's why I had to watch how you ask me that, baby. You know what I mean? Yeah,
No, but no.
yeah.
But
Or we hold it on speakerphone in front of our face by our mouth.
but I said the traditional way. If you was to ask somebody to give you a phone call, they gonna hit you with this. Somebody in our age bracket is gonna hit you like this. The old traditional phones. Now the kids are doing like this. Hold the phone up to the ear. They doing it flat.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
mind blowing. You know what I mean? So this shows you how effective this device has became. And
It's
then it's come a long way to, it's come a long way. So imagine staying like this. I believe in the future, posture is gonna be messed up. When I'm training my license to carry classes, we train different levels of alertness, red, green, or yellow. And it depends on how you're exiting the building. You know what I mean? So some people are not even paying attention. They're not looking up, they're not paying attention. They got different things going on. So when the device came into play, all these new apps and all this stuff is coming into play, man. It's different. You know what I mean? So TikTok comes in. Only thing I see now is like, people actually dancing along to it. I can't see what's so bad about it or why they want to take it away. You know what I mean? I see a lot of families even coming together on it. I see a lot of
Okay.
people making money off of it. You know what I mean? So to take it away from them and you have all these other apps, you need to explain to the people like why in detail if it's a problem, it's a threat to security. And why is it a threat to security? What's the rest of these apps? You mean to tell me Instagram don't have the same thing? Facebook don't because it's Mark Zuckerberg that Facebook ain't that dangerous?
Check,
Or Twitch?
check this out. On top of reportedly, Elon Musk considered buying TikTok too. So,
Crazy.
you know what I mean? Like, hey man, you
And
know,
he bought X, right?
it was Twitter.
Twitter. He took the bird off and put an X on it. Like X marks the spot. It's mine. You know what I'm saying? So
So,
why they not banning Twitter? I mean, yeah, X.
hey man, hey,
You can say some of the most racist stuff on there. Ain't nobody saying nothing. You
that,
get a pass. You
that,
feel me?
I mean, so with that, I mean, like I say, man, it's one of them things, man. Like it's crazy, P. It's crazy, man. Like I say, all I can tell you is that's the type of shit you delete.
Delete that. I guess so, man. I guess they got to get rid of it. They got to get rid of it. So whatever the case may be, man. If you have it on your phone, go ahead and get your last dance on, your last singing, your last sale, whatever it is. Find alternatives. Alternatives could be Red Note, the Lemon 8. The users in the Chinese app have went to something I can't even pronounce and protest with TikTok. So find you something else to do, man. Or you can just do the old school stuff. Link up with your family, watch
Yes,
TV, pay attention to those kids, and do some homework. And women, go learn how to cook or something, because a lot of y'all can't even cook out there. I ain't saying nothing, no. Just I
hey,
find something else to do.
you feel me?
You feel me? So
This
with
is
that being said, man, we're gonna go to the next topic real quick. Real crazy, sad thing that's going on right now on the West Coast, man. I got a lot of people affected by this. You have a lot of actresses and actors, musicians, regular people, just humans, human lives. The wildfires in California, man, it's crazy. It's a lot going on. Greater Los Angeles wildfires, man, starting all the way from Pasadena, going all the way up to like the Hollywood sign is burnt down. It's no longer Hollywood sign. There's a lot of different areas that's affected by this, man. A lot of people lost their homes. Stuff that you just can't get back, like photos and things like that, man. Um, um, Condolences to the people that lost lives, man, family members and things like that. But this is a real serious situation that's going on right there, out there. And I think they say a large part of it that's contained. You hear any other updates?
man, it's crazy, P. They're making some ground, man, fighting this fire, man. But the people have suffered tremendously, man, and shock and it's just panic, man, and just seeing everything they work for and everything they, what I mean, they blood, sweat, and tears, what I'm just nothing you could do to control it, and you still have to flee for shelter and safety. So it's p they're trying to contain as much as they could, but people are empowered by the smoke in the air. California tend to carry it. If it's up there, it's gonna be up there, and it's gonna carry off a ways, man, and with the constant burning and things like that, man, houses, people losing their possessions, like you say, their precious pieces and jewels, man, family heirlooms, and I pray for them, that they find some type of solace in this all, man. But like I say, man, it's a tough one, man, because I didn't went to a lot of those places just to see it and just to embrace the moments, man, and and say it's so close by water, and they're going through this, man. It's crazy, man.
Yeah, those Santa Ana winds, man. I'm from the West Coast, Santa Ana winds is crazy, man. You got a lot of that the airflow constantly comes out of there. When I was growing up, they had a lot of dry spells to where we couldn't even water our grass, bro. Like we couldn't even you got caught watering your grass, you would get a citation. You know what I mean? And you know the song, "It Never Rains in Southern California." It's pretty much true. A large percentage of that, man, is different to where you don't get that. So, like you said, to be surrounded by water and you don't get water, it's crazy. You don't get rain. Along with the winds, it's been times I'm coming up the 60 freeway when we moved out to Ontario and Corona, not Corona, but Ontario and that area, man. You coming out of there and you can just drive by and see a part of the freeway just burning, like slowly burning. You know what I mean? With that winds flying, the ambers get to flying away and catch on something else and catch fire. And just travel and travel and keep on burning. So it's apparently that um they cut back $17.1 million that was supposed to go into aiding to help stop fires per year. You know what I'm saying? And you would think that that would be like a stupid move, knowing that we have fires, man. And it's like you're gonna stop training, you're gonna stop all this to for what? Where the money was allocated that was allocated there? Where did it go? Like, what made you say, "No, we're not gonna do it"? And I think right now they're trying to put the I don't know if it's the mayor, but she's gonna be under fire right now. Karen Bass, like the moves that you made, you kind of understand that this is a yearly occurrence. Everything that we happens every year. You know what I mean? And you just let this money go to waste. It's crazy.
Just real quick before I before I have to go, man. But hey, I love you guys out there. Make sure you hit that like button, that share, and that subscribe button. Most importantly, subscribe. Man, stay up with the latest from Delete That podcast. But listen, man, uh, the crazy part is they cut it and said we could get the inmates to do it and save money all around, save life all around. So what's why put ah, let's put them at risk. But you know what I mean? It's one of those ones, man. After fighting something like that, what you see Nick Cannon and some people go out to show those guys love, man, and take pictures with them. But it's like on the back end, I'm hoping that these guys get the opportunity to fall into a fireman program up on release to stop the recidivism rate, right? And get the opportunity to have a career, to have a second chance. You know, I would hope that that be the ultimate thing for them, man, because that's where the money has been cut, and now you use that, and hey, man, you gonna get them the cents, pennies to go out there. That's better than me giving a firefighter overtime because that's a lot of overtime, but they on the front line, man. So shout out to the prisoners, man, that out there and took care of their business, man, and fought and still continue to fight this fight, man. Appreciate you guys and girls and women. Appreciate everyone that's standing up, taking a stand for this, man, because it's big, man. And from us to y'all, man, I love y'all out there, man. Pete. That's all I can say to that, bro. Love y'all, man. Shout out, LA.
Yeah, yeah. Shout out to fire department out there, man, and doing their job. We're finding a lot of people from different cities, different coasts. You know what I mean? That's partaking in helping reduce the flames, reducing the problems that we having out there, and we hope that everybody's all right with safe and trying to recover from that. And if you can help by any way by donating to the Red Cross, man, do your job. Get out there, find out where you can find out, and help people out and different things like that of that nature, man. And make sure that everybody's all right there, in California, man. Shout out to California. Um, Also looking forward in the new news to come from Delete That, man. We're looking at having some fellas that they came together, a band of brothers that are located right here in Dallas, Texas, former high school players that won championships, went off to college and do their thing, playing sports and wanted to give back. We're looking to have Greedy on in the near future right now to come on and talk about a new program that they're starting. They're starting to train young brothers that's coming up through the ranks of high school. You know what I mean? And it's great to see some young entrepreneurs coming in doing this and giving back to the community. They're located right here in Lake Highlands, Texas. You know what I mean? That's in the North Dallas area. And they're from this place. They if you see them, they look like twins and they're all different people. You know what I mean? So we're looking forward to having them on real soon, man. And they're gonna come out, give their story and how they started and what the programs are. So if you need to lock in, tap in, if you need your sons or your daughters, they do a wide array of sports to come in and get some training, you know what I mean, to take you to that next level. Best believe you can tap in with these dudes and we'll leave some information. And I think we should be having them on real soon. So look forward to tapping in with them, getting in to know them. We're going to introduce you here, right here at the Delete That podcast. You know what I'm saying? My boy Do had to go real quick, but we're going to go ahead and leave y'all with a positive note, man. Like we always do, try to give you something to go by to carry on your day and things like that, man. Basically, so on your day to day, you know what I'm saying? You never know what people are going through. You know what I'm saying? You can be faced out with different problems. Some people wear smiles on their face, but they're dying inside, crying inside, and they're going through some things, man. So just be careful how you interact with people on a day to day basis. And if you can, man, caring, showing some love and things like that is the best way to go. You never what people going through. You never know how they feel, and just that small gesture can definitely help them out throughout the day, man. You can change somebody's attitude or just what they're feeling. You know what I'm saying? If you just show some love, man, and give some props out, just excuse me, how you doing, man? Take it easy. Nice to see you, brother. How you doing, sister? Hey, young king, don't do this, don't do that, man. If you need some help, whatever the case may be, just look out to help somebody out, man. Just give them some positive insight. And you can change a person's day. You feel me? So you never know what they're going through and what they're dealing with inside from losing loved ones or whatever the case may be. You know what I mean? So look at it like this, man. Try to change somebody's day. You know what I mean? By doing something positive, man. So here at the Delete That podcast, man, we say be safe until we see y'all again. Take it easy, show some love, man, and just stay in your lane. You feel me? So peace. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my boy Sugar Slim if you need beats, intros, outros. We're gonna holler at Sugar Slim at Sugar Slim Beats on Instagram. It ain't going nowhere like TikTok, I guarantee you. It's not going nowhere like TikTok. So Instagram is definitely gonna be there. Tap in with my boy, get some information. If you can, follow the Delete That podcast. You know what I'm saying? On Instagram, no longer TikTok until February 19th. So Facebook, definitely on YouTube. Comment, like, subscribe, follow us, whatever it is. And if you got some comments, man, drop them below. We'll get back to you. And we want to appreciate all the people that has been dropping out comments and stuff like that. We're replying to you. You know what I'm saying? Getting at you. If you want to send us something for special requests, show topics and things like that, instead of sending them to my phone like everybody's doing, I appreciate it. But go ahead and send it to the Delete That Podcast at gmail.com. Again, that's the Delete That Podcast at gmail.com. Send it to you, excuse me. And we'll definitely check it out, man, and see if we can get your topic aired on this show live. And if so, you can call in. We love to have guests. We do have guests. And we're looking forward to have everybody calling in on our live shows and things like that. So until then, man, I'm tell y'all, keep God first and keep it peaceful. You know what I'm saying? Peace.